what was it like when you found out you would be playing the Penguin?
Well, I don't know, they just called me up and asked me to do it. So I was like, this is, wow, okay, well, we're already into this great gender-bending moment, which should never be a big deal when it's organic. And when, I mean, like I said this in the panel, the essence of the Penguin is the essence of the Penguin. It's outside of the like male, female, non-binary. It is the essence of the Penguin. So it's like you either want to jump on board with that and have the best time and create this really dastardly character, which I've got to say, arguably, the fact that they made her a mother is utterly terrifying because she's a psychopath. So it was very exciting, and I thought would have only JJ, Matt Reeves, and Bruce Timm could have come up with this as a concept. It's special.
So many people have played this role before, and finding that voice and its characteristics, and some have a squawk, some have a walk. Are you squawking? Do you have certain?
No, I didn't say. No, I found the voice. I tell you what I did. I looked at a lot of those, a lot of Jimmy Cagney, a lot of gangster movies from like the 40s and the 30s. And then my mother-in-law is actually from the Upper East Side of New York, and she has this very clipped, beautiful way of speaking. So I was thinking about that really formal American vintage way of speaking, and then made it bigger. And singing, the fact that she's a cabaret singer kind of helped with that as well. But that was really the inspiration. That noiry, vintage American.
There's a gender question in your role. I mean, have you been, I don't know, insecure or worried about people feel like a female voice? Or how you manage this gender thing?
I mean, I manage the gender thing by, you know, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. I don't know, like I said before, it never really struck me, like the gender idea is just, I think as we're seeing, it's just becoming so much more fluid, like the idea of what is supposed to be male and what is supposed to be female. We're through the looking glass on that, and I think having the opportunity to explore that in a really robust, interesting way, I was stoked. I was so excited for it to be, I mean, you can't ever worry about what anybody thinks. Like, I think if you've given your whole heart, when you're full of integrity and it's something that you love, people are always going to have their opinion. They're always going to not like it, or they're going to really like it. But to not like something based on its gender, I'll debate that all day with anybody. But, you know, yeah.
So what was it like behind the booth? Day one, you're in there filming and recording. What was it like?
I mean, look, it's quite, I like a high degree of difficulty. I've been doing this for 30 years. I don't like things that are easy, it's boring. I like things that are challenging and interesting, and working with really exceptionally talented people. So you're always really, I was nervous the night before and the day of, but you go in there with all of your ideas, and then you've always got to be willing to be told that, yeah, that's not working, let's try something else. To never take it personally, to keep working on it. And again, these were super creative people that I felt lucky to have been invited into that space, and I felt they were lucky to have me too. Like, you know, because you want people who are enthusiastic and available and wanting to try lots of different things. It was exciting and a bit scary.
What do you find the most challenging thing about voice acting compared to live action?
Well, it's interesting when you don't have to match a voice flat. So for example, Princess Mononoke was extraordinarily challenging and beautiful because not only was the voice flat, it was in a different language. So we were also observing that there really couldn't be any movement away from the script as was. In Tarzan, they animated there was a huge amount of improv. Like the entire scene where she's describing flying through the jungle with Tarzan they animated it to my voice. So it's always it's always a bit different. This was very specific, and I did see a couple of line drawing animation, which is really beautiful, and it always gives you such a great sense of sort of the size and breadth of something. Does that answer your question? Okay.
So we are living nowadays like an epidemic of lack of attention. I mean, it's so difficult to keep with the series, with the animated series, and watching without the cell phone. And as you know very well the story, I would like to ask you, what do you believe, which aspect of this new series can catch the audience? What do you think they will focus them on the screen of the stream?
I mean, I think that there's this amazing, that it's a film noir, you know, that this is like this amazing, stark, dark, vintage look to these, I mean, I was going to say movies, because they feel like movies to me, these episodes. They have that, they have a weight, and there's no gadgets. There's just this. We're in the 1940s, right? So it's a different vibe. It's a lot more to do with like the characters and the way that it's drawn, and like the fight scenes are very sort of different. And I think a bit more inspired because they're not relying on gadgets.
From what you've seen of the series, is there a particular scene that you're particularly happy with, or you were surprised by?
You know, I love the fight scene that I have with Batman on the iceberg. I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that it works. She does blow up the police station. Like, it's not like he actually stops her, really. I mean, everyone on her team is dead, but like that's the sacrifice. Like, it's pretty great right off the bat. You're like, but they're willing to like kill everyone and destroy it. All right. There's some great villains coming. I mean, Clayface, it's pretty fantastic. I was very glad to be first episode, because then I feel like, okay, I've done my thing, and now all the others kind of, it was great. It's amazing.
Well, she pretty much, like, from the very beginning when she kills her son, I think,
Can you imagine?
Right out the gate,
bat.
you're like, well, she's ruthless.
The Penguin, no Penguin, none of them, and I love them all, but no one has done anything as terrible as that. It is awful. It is Shakespearean in how awful it is.
And made them pit themselves against each other, and then put the fear in the other one who's alive. Like, what do I do?
She's a total psychopath. Right? No, she really is. Like, it doesn't really come close. Like, I mean, maybe in terms of like the frightening promise, maybe the Joker is the only, like, when I think of Heath Ledger's version, and it was really like, this is unpredictable, and I believe that they really could do it. You're very welcome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.